Yep. Uh-huh. Yeah, thank you. Good question, because I think I missed that part. If you give fidya, if there's a prolonged illness, the question here is the thing that if there's a prolonged illness that will not go away in the near future, God forbid somebody has like cancer or something really extreme, they will be fine with the fidya. But Quran says that فَمَنْ كَانَ مِنْكُمْ مَرِيضًا أَوْ عَلَى سَفَرٍ. Two things. Same thing for mariz and musafir. فَعِدَّةٌ مِّنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخَرٍ. You have to make up those later, after the illness goes away. But God forbid if the illness is in such a condition, like diabetes and other conditions, these are chronic. They don't go away, so you don't have to fast as a qada of that. Some people still do that, by the way. Some diabetic patients fast in the winter time, when there's only like an 8-hour day or something. It's really personal choice. But Islamically, in a chronic illness that is dangerous, that could hurt you, you don't have to fast, you just give the fidya. But if there's an illness that goes away, like a flu, this and that, sure, you're fine. Quranically, just right from the Quran, you should do the makeup with it. It's better to do makeup. Well, fidya is optional. You don't have to do fidya then. If you're planning to make up, you don't have to do fidya. But let's say you're afraid that you might not make up, just give fidya. So that there's no burden on your soul, that, oh, you haven't done the fast, Because, seriously, one fast, if it's missed, one fasting of Ramadan, there is a report that says that it is such a big loss. I put it on one of the prayer schedules 2-3 years ago. It's such a loss that even if all life you were fasting other days of Ramadan, you will not be able to pay that. You will not be able to get it. In terms of a fast that is missed on purpose. This is for those people, like, I know a lot of students do that. Nowadays, it's really shocking to me. We never did that. I was a student until a few years ago. I might be going back to school this year. I don't know why people do that. Oh man, I have an exam, so they're not going to fast. Really, such skipping of the fasting on purpose, by choice, is a great damage. But these other ways, we have, alhamdulillah, a lot of, excuse in our deen. Other questions, please? You had something on it?
Is there any report that if you miss one fasting, it's like you have to make up?
Oh, that is that's for the married people. If somebody violated his fasting, wife and husband, if let's say husband forced wife, then husband fasts only 60 days. 60 days in a row. If wife and husband both, with agreement, broke their fast, then they both have to do 60 fasting each. That's a very serious penalty for married people if they violate the fasting. That's why a young man came to Prophet Muhammad ﷺ about kissing his own wife, hugging her, and the Prophet said, no, you can't. An old man comes, Prophet told him, yes, you can. 2 hadith. And what scholars get out of this, they say, older people, they're more mature, they have self-control. Young people don't have that. So to a young man, Prophet told him no, because he was afraid that he might start with one step and he goes to the last step. Make sense? Okay. So 60 fasting. Oh, and 60 fasting is for those also. There's a difference of opinion, but a lot of scholars will tell you that 60 fasting for those also who break their fast on purpose, without any valid excuse, without travel, without illness, without anything. Oh man, okay, I'm going to go break my fast. Because then it becomes a joke. It becomes a joke, really. You're fasting, you're not fasting. It's just like Jews and Christians today do. Christians mostly. Oh yeah, I'm fasting. Okay. Yeah, but I'm just fasting from sugars. So I cheated a little bit. They'll tell you that. That's not fasting in Islam. It's not a joke in Islam. It's a very serious fasting. You experience such a great, great element of taqwa that you can't even imagine what you're experiencing. Seriously, have you ever thought of this? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, does He need food or drink? Girls in the back, boys and girls. Allah, does He need food or drink? Imagine what you're doing. You're mimicking. Do you see what I'm saying? You're mimicking an act of God, an act of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by staying hungry. You're a touch of that. That is why if you do it purely, you will come out of it as a great, great Muslim, as a great servant of Allah. You will develop the love of Allah. That is why Imam Zain al-Abidin said that it's Eid of awliyaullah. The friends of Allah, this is their Eid. They enjoy this. They enjoy worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Isn't it great? Okay. But yeah, if somebody ended up breaking fast, accidentally and this and that, he has, he can inshallah make up for that day. If the women can make a count due to the cycles from the adolescence, from the pubertal age, they should actually do a good count with the best of the ability. That would be a really appropriate way to make up those fasts. And you can plan, make a calendar that, okay, this year when winter comes, I will make up, you can choose the easy days, that's fine. That when the winter comes, or starting October, November, the days will be really short, mashallah. You really Fajr is 7 o'clock and sunset is 5 something. What a short day, a long night. So you could make up those days. But it's better, the question is about, that should we make a count, proper count, or should we just do a guess? Better to do a proper count, because fasting is a very serious matter. We should make a proper qada of that. That's a hukum, that's an order. فَعِدَّةٌ مِنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخَرَ. The Quran's hukum, and Prophet ﷺ upheld that. Alright?
So,
yep.
I just want to ask, the Som timing changes so much from winter to summer.
True.
And what is it is obviously very clear that the fast should be from Fajr or Sahar to the Maghrib time, right? It has to be like that. It changes so much. I'm just wondering if it is based on Saudi or it's based on every place. Obviously, there are places which this question has probably come up several times.
Yeah.
There are places that the sun doesn't set for.
Oh yeah. That's a very good one. That there are places actually, I have a friend of mine. He grew up in Finland. In Finland, he said we have a 3-hour night or something like that, or 4 hours. So it's a very, very short night and a 20-hour long day. So there are two opinions. Some say look at the Makkah clocks and follow that. But some will tell you that, start your fast with Fajr. But when it becomes a normal 12 to 14 hours, that's a normal day, by the way, even if you're on the equator line, the even length. You know what I'm talking about? So say normal 12 hours, break your fast, following your neighboring country. A lot of these European countries follow Turkey, where the day is absolutely, ridiculously long or something. You get a 2-hour night or something. So those are. In our case, our days are not still that long where we get to that level where we have to reduce our fast. And it's a, subhanAllah, there were people who used to fast 24 hours. Christians fasted 24 hours. They would have only one meal, which was at night. And all month, first we were allowed nothing of even relationships. Wife and husband also, all month. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala relaxed it. Allah said, "Alim Allah annakum kuntum takhtanuna anfusakum." Allah knows you have wronged yourselves. You can go to your wives at night. It's okay. But Prophet, during the last 10 days, al-Mu'mineen told us that he used to tighten his belts. Meaning, in a wise way, she's telling us, in the 10 days, forget everything about your self-desires. Just worship Allah. Become like a monk. Dedicate everything to Allah. What will happen when you do so much worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you talk to Allah so much, when you obey Him so much, during the non-Ramadan days, it will be very easy for you. So there is a good outcome of that, inshallah. One thing about toothpaste and stuff, sadly, our TV channels and some scholars keep on saying, oh, if the toothpaste has a taste, then you shouldn't do it. Trust me, I've heard many, I'm talking about Sunni scholars, many known Sunni scholars will tell you, if miswak and toothpaste have a taste, then you shouldn't do it. SubhanAllah. And then they make things difficult for women also who cook. You can actually, even food-wise, ladies, when you're cooking, you can actually put something on your tongue and check the taste and spit it out. Prophet ﷺ allowed that to the women. Just don't swallow it, that citing, oh, it's good. So 1, 2, 3, and then you're gone. Don't do that, but with patience, just test it out and spit it out. Don't take it in. Same goes for toothpaste. There's no such thing that Prophet, in the old days, they have the miswak of zaytun. They have the miswak of, what is this miswak made of? The one you're actually using right now? Mint. Yeah, you see? Just don't swallow it. That's all. Don't just start swallowing it and enjoying. Spit it out. Anyway, it should be spit out. It should be spat out. You're not supposed to take it in. So I wanted to clear that as well.
Brother, I have a question about
Yes, brother.
mouthwash is allowed, right?
Sorry?
Mouthwash?
Mouthwash, yeah. Same thing. Mouthwash, I noticed something once. I did the mouthwash, and I came and I prayed. I spent about half hour in the masjid. I go out, and I felt like I still have it. Somehow it's there. So I spit it out. I still see blue saliva. You gotta make sure that you don't have anything left inside. Rinse it good. The best way is to do the mouthwash first, floss, and then clean. I always do this. My habit. First thing that I do after finishing my meal, sahri or suhoor, that I go for brush. Make sure I clean my mouth and do all that. But let's say you're going to work like 10, 11, 12 o'clock and you smell awful. You can do a brush again. Get your teeth cleaned. This plaque creates the smell. You have to. Muslim is all about cleanliness. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves those who purify themselves, apparently and inwardly. And remember, Ramadan is a month of purification. Quran says, Allah loves those who make tawbah and those who clean themselves. What is cleanliness? Not from outside only, inside. Both, internal and external. This is the time. Do some physical cleanup. How we welcome the Ramadan. This is time to welcome Ramadan. How you welcome Ramadan? Give it a warm welcome, like a guest is coming. Clean up your prayer rugs. Wash your prayer rugs. Clean up your room where you're going to worship. Make sure there's no dirt there. Bathrooms, everything. Clean your homes, basically. Clean yourselves. Prepare yourself. Men who have to clean their hair and stuff, start doing that. We're not supposed to remain dirty. So do all of these things as a physical preparation to show Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that you're ready to welcome Ramadan. And when Ramadan comes, dua of iftitah of Ramadan, from the jurist, one of the imams said, he used to make this dua. Again, I'm not saying it's a farad of hadith or anything. It's a dua that our scholars, our salaf made, Allahumma qad hadara Ramadan. Oh Allah, Ramadan has come. وَقَدْ افْتَرَضْتَ عَلَيْنَا صِيَامًا. And you have made the fasting obligatory upon us. وَأَنزَلْتَ فِيهِ الْقُرْآنِ. And you sent Qur'an in it. هُدًى لِلنَّاسِ وَبَيِّنَاتٍ مِنَ الْهُدَى وَالْفُرْقَانِ. Which is guidance for people with open proofs of guidance, signs of guidance, and separator of truth from falsehood. Allahumma a'inna ala siyamih. Oh Allah, give us the strength to do the fasting in it. Allahumma taqabbalhu minna. Not only give us the strength to do the fast, but also accept it from us. Was sallimna fi. Give us peace and tranquility in this month. وَتَسَلَّمَ مِنَّا فِي يُسْرًا مِنْكَ وَعَافِيَةً. Give us such a peace and ease from you that is full of forgiveness and pardoning. إِنَّكَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. Oh Allah, you are capable of all things. Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Oh, most merciful of the merciful. This is a dua that our fuqaha used to make. So try to welcome Ramadan like that, you know. And there's a dua that Jabir ibn Abdullah al-Ansari used to make. I have an interesting story that when I gave this dua to people, one of the brothers came to me and he said, brother, this is, I don't think it's a sunnah dua. I don't think it's a dua that's in the sunnah, or sunnah people make it. And subhanAllah, he said, astaghfirullah, it's something very bad. He said, it's not in the Sunni books. A'udhu billah. I showed it to him. It's present in both books actually. Jabir ibn Abdullah al-Ansari used to make this dua, especially toward the end of Ramadan, but in the beginning also. It has very good meaning, and I mentioned that in the khutbah also. Allahumma la taj'alhu akhir al-ahdi min siyamina iyyah, فإن جعلته فاجعلني مرحوما ولا تجعلني محروما. Oh Allah, do not make it my last of Ramadan. But if you have decided so, if it is in my fate that this is my last Ramadan, I'm not going to live after that. Death is coming. If you have decided that, then make me among a marhum who receives your mercy. Don't make me among those, or a person who is mahroom, who is deprived of your mercy. See marhum and mahroom? How was that? It's a beautiful dua. Jabir ibn Abdullah al-Ansari from him, and it is present in Al-Mustadrak of Imam Hakim also. Marhum versus mahroom. So لا تجعل آخر العهد من صيامنا إلا إياه فإن جعلته فاجعلني مرحوما ولا تجعلني محروما. Beautiful dua. That I don't want this to be my last Ramadan. Remember what I told you. Friends of Allah, they love Ramadan. They wait for Ramadan all year long. They celebrate Ramadan by reciting Quran. This is a month of Quran. Right? Inna anzalnahu fi laylatul qadr. In the khutbahs, inshallah, you'll hear more details. I didn't want to go into so much of the details, but our issue was do's and don'ts to make sure that there's nothing left out. So make this dua. Oh Allah, don't make it my last Ramadan, but if you have decided so, because Allah can decide whatever He wants, then make me among those who earn your mercy, not among those who are deprived of your mercy. فَاجْعَلْنِي مَرْحُومًا وَلَا تَجْعَلْنِي مَحْرُومًا. That's why, back home when somebody dies, we say so and so marhum. Inshallah, like this is our husnul dhan, that inshallah he's marhum. He will have mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Any other last questions? Yeah, I have it written here, inshallah. I don't have the English here. I was translating from the Arabic, but your
You can put that on the website.
yeah, I promised that like 3 weeks ago. I haven't done it yet. It's too much, but inshallah you know what, this weekend we'll create a button on the website. The problem is our webmaster is also hard to get a hold of these days. I'll do that. I'll add a button. It will say supplications, important du'as, and these two du'as, the dua of iftitah of Ramadan, how scholars welcomed Ramadan, our jurist, and the dua of Jabir ibn Abdullah al-Ansari that he used to make, and Prophet also used to make a dua when he used to see the new moon. Whenever you see the new moon on your way, make an effort first, by the way, to look for the moon. If you find it, whenever you find it, inshallah in the khutbah I'll talk about it, you make a dua that Allah, oh Allah, make this moon of Ramadan a moon of aman, peace, and safety and security. Okay? a moon of guidance and goodness. Can you make that dua? Simple dua, inshallah. So make it a moon of blessing, safety, security, with guidance, inshallah. Meaning, make this month of guidance for me, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan. We're closing, right? 3:38. Yes. Yeah, you have to have, of course, the intention. Fasting without intention, I mean, you have to have an intention.
Is it 1 year, like the whole Ramadan, or every other day?
Well, it's good to have an intention every day. It's better. Like, just to tell yourself what you're doing. Just like when you're coming for prayer, you know deep in your mind that what you're going to do. You should know what you're doing. Just tell yourself what you're about to do. Now, there is a dua that people make in the end of Ramadan. Allahumma inni laka sumtu wa bika amantu wa alayka tawakkaltu wa ala rizqika aftar. And there's another dua, ذهب الظما وابتلت العروق وثبت الأجر inshallah. All of these du'as there, some of them are masnoon, some of them are heard by from the early Muslims and stuff. In dua, you see, in supplication, there's no hard lines that you cannot make a dua outside the books. You believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah is your provider, He's your creator. Ask Him anything. Just ask Him big things. Don't ask Him about cars and little things. Say, Allah, give me the best of dunya and akhirah both. It includes everything. رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. Oh, one thing I forgot to tell you. When you break your fast, at that time dua is accepted. So dua, acceptance time. Make dua at that time. That's why you see, I don't like these parties and stuff. That's the time that you should be really focusing with family, sit down and make a dua. Individually, sitting together, but make dua, talk to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when you're in the parties, you forget everything. You're just busy about what kind of clothes you're wearing, what kind of clothes that sister is wearing, what kind of set she's wearing, and the brother is talking about what kind of name brand. That defeats the whole purpose of Ramadan, So may Allah help us, inshallah, guide us all. Jazakallah. Yeah, inshallah.